Welcome back. What will AI mean, Rohan, for businesses across the board and their ability to drive profits and efficiencies?
So one thing I've been really excited about to see with artificial intelligence technology has been how quickly the technology has grown over time. It hasn't necessarily been something that's been stagnant. We have seen a lot of growth in it in just a short amount of time. And so if that is just a microcosm of what we might see going forward, it's going to really be integrated into a lot of businesses. And so we think it's not necessarily going to be one segment of the market around technology, for example, or some of these chip makers that might directly benefit, but even companies, for example, in healthcare, in other areas that might want to integrate these into their businesses, there's going to be a much broader opportunity set than maybe was first anticipated with artificial intelligence. So there's going to be a lot more spending from these companies to invest in growing the output of what we can see from artificial intelligence technology, but we think the growth for the next few years is going to be quite dramatic. And so even generative AI, if you think about something like a chat GPT, where we just found out about this late in 2022, look how much that's grown quite a bit. So we do think that this is not necessarily going to be something that's going to be limited to just a few businesses or a few subsectors. It could be integrated across a number of different aspects of the global economy. And so according to one estimate, we have seen that maybe GDP as a result of this, and margins for that matter, could grow by 7% of GDP over the next few years into 2030. So that's actually a really good indicator of how we can start to see this technology being integrated going forward.
And one other investment thesis you have is you're interested in work from home and what that means in the real estate sector. How do you see that?
Yeah, so for example, we're seeing a lot of interest around changing dynamics within the office space. So there's been a lot of high profile news about how maybe office retail space might not necessarily be the way to go moving forward, just because of how businesses are changing their footprint in terms of what they need from a real estate perspective. The residential market looks really good right now and is very strong because of the consumer at the moment, but we do think that there is going to be a pullback in that. And so to invest in different areas like property technology, for example, that are maybe more benefiting directly, a company that maybe is different from the office perspective, but Airbnb, just because of the hybrid nature of work and what we could see more going forward around different use cases, maybe longer weekends, for example. There's going to be different companies that benefit a lot from that. Other maybe shared workspace companies or those that maybe don't need longer term leases for commercial real estate. Those are going to be companies that are going to benefit a lot more.
Should be interesting to see over the coming year. Thanks, Rohan.
Thanks for having me.